Shree Gurudeva Datta. Chapter 30 of the Shree Guru Charitra tells us about how the glories of Shree Guru had spread far and wide. There lived a Brahmin couple at Mahur. The young man, Gopinath, was a pious and devoted follower, an ardent devotee of Lord Dattatreya. The couple had many children, but the children did not sustain much after birth. He prayed to Lord Dattatreya to give him only one son, but he said that he should be living for a long time. Lord Dattatreya blessed him, and in a few years, Gopinath and his wife were blessed with a male child. They named the child Datta after Lord Dattatreya. After the child was 5 years, they did the thread ceremony, and by the time the child had reached the age of 13, they had arranged a marriage of the child with a girl from the neighboring village who was also the only daughter of her parents. Both the families were very affluent, they were prosperous, and they well coordinated with each other in all matters. The girl was very happy in her in-laws' house. She served her in-laws very religiously, and she and her husband were devout followers of Lord Dattatreya. But as they say, happiness is short-lived. In a few years, the young man, Datta, was afflicted with tuberculosis, and his condition was deteriorating day by day. The wife and the parents of Datta tried to find various measures in which they could cure him of his disease. Finally, someone had mentioned to the girl about Sri Guru Narsimha Saraswati at Ganagapur, and the girl along with her husband set out for a journey to the Sangam. They took the permission of their parents, who were longing to accompany the couple, but the girl assured the in-laws as well as her parents that this was all going to be taken care of by her, and she would come back to them safe and sound with her husband healthy and prosperous. Now, they left for Ganagapur, and as they were affluent, they had arranged a bullock cart. The bullock cart carried the husband who was ailing and the wife. By the time they reached the outskirts of Ganagapur, the girl stopped the bullock cart and asked the cart driver to wait till she went and found about the whereabouts of Sri Guru. Someone told her that Guru was at the Sangam, and that was a little far from where they were. She came back rushing to the bullock cart so that she could carry her husband to the Sangam. But unfortunately, her husband had died by that time. She started lamenting over her ill fortune. What bad luck, she said. I have come at the outskirts of the place which is supposed to grant one health and prosperity, and my husband has died here itself. Now what face will I show my in-laws? I had assured them that I would bring their son back safe and sound and healthy, and now I have no option but to go back to them saying that they have lost their only son. No, it is better, she thought to herself, if I stay back here, finish his funeral rites and do sati with him, so that they do not have to cry over us. In fact, nobody should tell them that we are both dead also. All these mixed thoughts in her mind, she kept lamenting and shouting loudly. She gathered the entire town of Ganagapur there. People tried to console her. Some of them pitied with her that such a young girl had become a widow at such an early age. Some of them said that it was bad karmas. So many people had their own statements, their own judgments. The girl continued lamenting. Finally, there appeared before her a yogi, an ascetic, who was a fatherly figure to this young girl. He told her, "Stop lamenting and crying, child. Death is not in our hands. Life and death and how much breath should be there in each one of us is all fixed by the Almighty. We have no idea who's our parent in this birth. Was that a relation that we had with them in the previous birth, or are they going to be in relation with us in the next birth? So do not cry or lament over things which are not in our control. Do you know who was your husband in your past life? No. So the one who is with you now may not be with you in the next birth. Your relatives, your brothers, sisters, all of them were there with you in the past life in some other form, and they are connected to you in this birth in some other form." Saying so, he tried to console the girl. The girl was a little convinced. She agreed to what the ascetic said, But what further message and lesson the yogi, the ascetic, gave her as a code of conduct for her, we'll be seeing it in the next chapter. Till then, Shri Gurudeva Datta.